Hello, Gem Hunters. Welcome to another episode of Five and Time over here at Coinverse, guys. You know what to do. Go ahead and smash that like button. Do me a favor, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And lastly, click that notification bell to stay up to date with the latest videos. All right, guys. We had the FOMC come in today. Obviously, Mr. Powell comes in, raises to 25 BPS as expected, causes a little bit of panic on the market. We're going to share some of that information today. We're going to also look at the comparison here lately between the Solana NFTs and the Ethereum NFTs as far as volume and things of that nature. So without further ado, you know how I do. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys. We'll jump right into this one. So yeah, exciting times right now in the market. This is the project I wanted to talk about as far as like the project that's hot on Solana right now. But before we go into that, let's just look at some of the fear that was caused on the market today. If you look at the 4-hour candle here, we can see, we had a drop from almost 29,000 today all the way down to around 26,000. Buying pressure is coming back, a little bit of volume there. Could be a flush out, could continue lower domination or down trend on this one. But if you look over here on the right-hand column, we see a lot of things down big today. Some things down 10%, even XRP that was pumping yesterday is also down 10%. So if you do see some things that you like down in the market and you are trying to accumulate the low time frames, this may be a good opportunity to get within that channel. Obviously, this isn't financial advice. Always just for entertainment and educational purposes. We even see a pullback on Solana all the way back down to 2131. So just something to note when you're looking at the market and you see these red days, should be some of the best times, obviously, to try to get some things. Because if you can't buy the dip and still be in profit, then it's not bullish, right? We see Hex back off to a hot start right off the dip today. I actually don't even know if it did have a dip, but we're going to definitely take a look at, it did, it had a little bit of pullback here. And with that pullback came down to like the lower, 9 cent area, and then people just kind of got it from there and decided it was bullish again. So just something to look at. So when you're bouncing around and looking at these FOMC events and things of that nature, kind of prepare yourself mentally that these are some of the things that's going to happen. Maybe a good opportunity, like I said, to try to accumulate at those times, and then with the market, with those times when those meetings come back, be prepared for it on the next go around, right? So now, let's look at the hot project that's hot right now on Solana. This is one of the ones that came out. I seen it off the initial launch. Didn't know how I felt about like the project, and I, when you're not looking at art and they're just kind of giving you something pre-art, it's always a little bit, it's kind of something that you want to wait and do your homework on, right? So we're gonna go ahead and look at it now. We see here the project's called Oogynft. You can find them at Oogynft on Twitter. So it's pretty easy to find their Discords here as well. Haven't been over there, guys, but they have the website here as well. We see they have 23,000 followers. One of the cool things to note is that they got some great views on their stuff here. 17,000 views on their new episode is the next phase is coming. When you look at a 30-day volume spot, it's number 4 spot on the 30-day volume on Magic Eden. So something pretty impressive there. We'll look at those metrics a little bit closer when we jump over to Magic Eden. One of the cool things that I did say, bullish on founders that show up with the meeting, show up and meet with the holders. So they're obviously at NFT LA right now. And silent NFTs really do well during these NFT events, right? Like, a lot of founders show up, and they have some of these Oogie passes or with the Ooze passes, and just been a lot of like speculation of what's going to be happening with these. And then some cool videos up on your Twitter yesterday that shows the creation of the art. Now, one of the things I do want to note is that they say 3 of the Oogies is actually one of these oozes, right? And I think something with the ooze and the oogie is gonna make for some kind of crazy mint or something like that. You guys can definitely jump into the Discord and ask those questions. I just wanted to bring it to your attention today. Now, we're gonna go ahead and look at the website before we jump over to Magic Eden, just to show you guys. The website's pretty clean. I like how the graphics look. It's very clean, looks professional. Looked like they did a good job on it, kept it simple, but at the same time, it's very active. You guys can go in and look at the videos here. They have their story, they have the art, they have the creators, they're about them. And they also got some music on there. I do like this right here. It's almost like beginning to looking at a roadmap. One of the things that it's been happening on the market, I think, for NFT projects, especially on Ethereum, is that I feel like the roadmaps have just been killing these projects. If you look at stuff like Moonbirds and just a few other Invisible Friends, and some of the ones that was hot last year, Doodles, and also you kind of see like the roadmaps kind of like pulling them back, because it's like almost like, what else do they have to give, right? The founders already went in and did their thing. So brought you over to this website over here. But now let's go over to Magic Eden. We're just at their start page here. So we're looking at popular collections on the 30-day trend. It is very popular on the 30-day trend. Now, one of the things that's hard when you're trying to judge where these projects are going to go, you got to know that they're still in their early development, right? Especially with as far as new holders. Maybe the holders are bullish right now because when we're looking at the items, we definitely see that there's only about 178 of these listed, right? But one of the things that when you're looking at analytics here, it's not going to be that much to offer because the project isn't that old, and we're still getting this error, right? Like this is crazy. I hope you guys like have your setup. I don't know if everybody's is doing this, but hopefully everybody isn't. So we can see like in the top holders and things here, they have it pretty well rationed out as far as like how many people hold and stuff of that nature. It looks like people hold a lot of these, whether they are airdrops or people actually bought them off the launch. Who knows? I know that these did mint for around 7 to 10 Solana, and they were able to push their way up to 26.7. And I kind of faded them, to be honest, like between 16 and 20. I was like, oh, maybe they'll reach the top right here. But they weren't. So they did really well there in that aspect. So it was definitely good to see, them to get that push through there. Now, when we're looking at Magic Eden volume overall, we know that Solana likes to do around 100,000 a day, and they've been processing 3,900 transactions per second. Now, if this volume is actually with the market a little bit on the downtrend because of the FOMC meeting and things, people just kind of pulling out. But this is one of the ones when you're looking at it, Solana's really been putting up a lot of volume here in the last couple of days on Magic Eden as well. They got the new Bitcoin. So shout out to Magic Eden for getting that up on there. And who's the first one on there obviously is the gods, and those things have just been flying. I know that's kind of wild to see. But when we're looking at Ethereum, right, and we're looking at we'll go over to OpenSea and we're looking at what's going on here. We talked about the OpenPay edition. Like some of these things have pretty much fallen out of their C wave, right? So these things are kind of like once you fall out of the C wave, when you start going back up, people are actually going to be selling at those points. So even if you're looking at these, I just pay attention to the volume, make sure the projects are really set out to do what they're talking about doing. I do want to look at the last 24 hours. Again, we talked about it last time. We'll look at not trending, but the top. We talked about how much the Bored Ape Yacht Club has to contribute in the top 10. So we see them here at Mutant Ape Yacht Club. This was starting to get some volume back in it, but we keep seeing the floor price go down as it was about 14 ETH last week. It's coming down to 12.5, as well as Bored Ape Yacht Club. It went from 75 ETH down to 59. And then the only thing that's kind of like holding up well is these power sources, right, that they came out with, and other Ds is kind of stuck between 185 and 1.62. So it's just like one of those things when you're looking at it and you're thinking about these marketplaces and what they're doing, cutting off these royalties. Are they really destroying the NFT marketplace on Ethereum? I mean, I feel like Blur was a really hot topic to use, and then everybody kind of farmed for Blur, and then got the money, and then just kind of everything went down, right? So it's just one of the things to pay attention to when you think about market share and who controls most of it. And a lot of people like to laugh at the Solana NFTs, but a few weeks ago we did videos where there was no volume on Solana, and then all the volume was on Ethereum, and now it's kind of vice versa. So pretty cool to see all of the kind of flip-flop and have this ups and downs, right? So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about today, guys. If you're a part of the Oogynft community, go ahead and throw a like on the video down below, comment down below, let us know why you're bullish on the project. I'd love to know more about you guys. And yeah, that's all the time I actually have for today, guys. So I appreciate everybody viewing. Before you head out, please go ahead and like the video, share this video with a friend, subscribe to the channel, and then comment down below. All right, guys, till next time, bye now.